A DIY made-at-home McRib. How cool is that? We did it. It's back, folks. Hey guys, I'm Dave and welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're making McRib sandwiches, like, McDonald's style McRibs, except we're gonna make them keto style. And not only that, I think it's gonna be the first in a series of defunct recipes from fast food joints. I've got lots of ideas, the Double Down from KFC, the Arch Deluxe from McDonald's. There's a lot of great restaurant foods that kind of went the way of the buffalo, although they still exist, don't they? I don't really know what that saying means. But either way, we're gonna make a McRib. We're gonna put a keto twist on it, but this will actually work for non-keto as well. Just use a normal bun and normal barbecue sauce, and you'll get a, McDonald's quality McRib at least, hopefully, which isn't a high bar. Now, first step, we need ground pork. Who'd have thought? They don't actually use ribs, they use ground pork. Although I will say, I've had the McRib many, many times. One of my favorites. I seek it out. And I don't even know that it's fully pork, It's a little suspect. We need 1 pound of that. I got like 1.5 pounds, so we'll do a pound. Okay, so we got our 1 pound of ground pork. Now we're gonna add a teaspoon of smoked paprika into the mix. Like so. Yeah, especially if you're like a keto eater, then you really notice that it's not actually a rib in the McRib sandwich. It's like some sort of reconstituted pork mixture. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder goes in there, but it is delicious. And I do think the onions are a big part of the awesomeness and the pickles, so we should definitely chop up some onions and pickles too. 1 teaspoon of onion powder goes in there. But this honestly should be a really good keto option for you guys if you do want to do keto, or if you just want a McRib. But 1 teaspoon of salt, and then 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper goes in there next, like so. And then you crack an egg into it. So it's kind of like a meatloaf, but with pork. I think it's good to have these kind of recipes. Now we're gonna mix it up like a meatloaf with our hand. It's a great multi-tool. It's got 5 fingers on it for the squeezing of the meat. But yeah, mix that all up if you can. But yeah, it's good to have a recipe that's easy, but also keto, and it kind of hits the spot in a different way than just I don't know, maybe your standard is hamburger patties all the time or whatever, and that's your go-to keto thing. This will give you something that's a little different, but still just as good and just as keto that you can have instead. Okay, so our next job, and don't judge my baking pan, guys. I don't think I've said it this recipe. I like to say it every recipe, but I am clearly not a professional cook. I'm just here trying to make some good food. So divide this into 4 balls of meat. We want 4 evenly sized meat patties, basically. I'm just gonna take them out and put them on here. So now what you wanna do is you wanna form them into the McRib patties. Now this is where you can really, let your creativity shine. You want it to look as much like the McDonald's McRib as possible. What does that mean? And I know, look, there's stinking rust on this. I mean, this can't be healthy. It's not smart. Use a cleaner sheet, guys. Don't be like me. But you know what? Go ahead and comment on how dangerous what I'm probably doing is, because I'd like to know that, that you care. We're making patties, and I'm trying to make them look McRibby. Okay, so I'm sitting here thinking, how do I make them McRibby? I mean, the McRib has, those humps on it. I wonder if something like this would work to kind of, not really. How about a super long straw? Can we use that to make it look like a McRib? Oh, kinda. Yeah, that's something. That's kind of a little bit more McRibby. It's not a rib, guys. They just try to make it look like a rib. I know I'm blowing your mind letting you know that it's not a rib. There we go. Those are kind of McRib-ish. All right, guys, so next step, we have our patties that we formed to look as much like a McRib as we could. We are going to throw them onto a greased skillet. Now, it doesn't need to be this fancy Blackstone griddle thingy. It can just be a pan on the stove top with some, oil in it. So I'm gonna throw a little avocado oil on this, although this thing kind of, it's anti-stick, so I don't really need a ton of oil, but add some oil to it. And then we're gonna add our patties to it and hopefully transfer them safely. Now we want to get a nice sear on each side. So while that's searing up, I am going to grease a pan. You guys are going to yell at me for doing it over the floor again. Sorry. And we don't want to fully cook it through. We just want to sear on each side. It's then going to go on the pan. That was a word salad. Then it's going to go on the pan and in the oven for 10 to 12 minutes. One thing you can do while you're waiting for it to cook is chop up some onions. I've already done that. You can do that when it's in the oven too. Oh, because man, a McRib with the onions on it. Oh, it's so good. All right, I'm going to flip this. Got a nice little brownage on the side there. Uh-oh, fell apart due to my whole making fake rib thing. That's okay. 1 out of 4 ain't bad. The reason I didn't use a skillet is because I can do all 4 at once on this, just a little easier. I will put a link to this if you like this thing. I try to put links to the products, my favorite products, and this one is my favorite. I use this daily. It's It's like 300 or 200 bucks at Walmart. It might have been 200 bucks at Walmart. Do pancakes on it, anything like that. So it's really nice. All right, we got a little brownage on each side here. So I'm gonna put these onto my pan. It's only been about 2 minutes. Maybe 3. Like, and you got the McRib kind of thing going on there with the lines. Like, that one looks really McRibby. You see that? Hold on, I'll show you on this camera. Look how good that McRib looks. Into the oven, 350 degrees. Correction, 375 degrees in the oven, not 350. Mine's at the right temperature, I just said the wrong temperature. If you're gonna make your own custom barbecue sauce, that's an option. There are many barbecue sauce recipes online that are low carb. I found this, and ChatGPT said it was a pretty decent keto option. Raised, no sugar added original barbecue sauce. Some people are more strict keto than me. I'm okay with that. It is 4 carbs, 1 fiber, 1 added sugar, or 1 sugar total on the back there. So what's that? 3 net carbs per serving, and 2 tablespoons is a serving. So it's not anything crazy. It's got allulose, which is the fake sweetener in there. If you don't like that, if you think it's dangerous or anything like that, feel free to make your own custom low sugar barbecue sauce. Or if you're not keto, just use normal barbecue sauce. That so far is the only keto thing we've discussed. Everything else has been non-keto, so this kind of works for everyone. So guys, I mean, this series to me is more about bringing back defunct recipes like the McRib, like the Double Down. If you can think of a recipe that a restaurant used to have that they got rid of that you want us to recreate here in the kitchen, let me know in the comments and we can try it. And I'm gonna try to do keto versions as well. But yeah, this is just my desire to have a McRib. It's not being sold anywhere right now. So I've got my onions chopped up. You can do that now if you want. Also grab some pickles, because that's a key part of a McRib as well. And everyone loves pickles, nice keto option. They'll be out in about, oops, I'm gonna shut my oil. They'll be out in about 10 minutes and we'll try them. Ignore the coffee machine. I'm not pooping my pants right now. That's the sound of the coffee machine. Or peeing my pants right now. Yeah, it's the coffee machine. We'll be back in a minute.
What is McDonald's McRib sandwich?
It's saucy. What it is? Spicy. It's full of flavor. Yeah. It's really something.
All right, so the pork should be done, the McRib. Let's check it out. All right, so here we go. This is what they look like. Internal temp of 165-ish. That should be fine. All right, so we now want to take some barbecue sauce. Again, it can be stuff you made at home, or like I said, I'm using no bake required Sugar Ray's. Is it Sugar Ray? No, he's an artist, a musical artist. What song did Sugar Ray sing? Every morning when I wake up and na-na-na-na. Anyways, brush barbecue sauce all over your McRib. I guess you should probably do both sides. But you know what? This honestly does look like a McRib. How exciting is that? Barbecue soy sauce of your choosing all over the McRib. Keto or non-keto, you get to decide. Either way, we're about to have a McRib sandwich. I kind of want to do the other side because I feel like a McRib is saucy on both sides. Double sauce. I also don't want to make a huge mess on my cutting board because I moved it to the cutting board simply for the aesthetic. The cottage core, as my teenagers would call it. What is the demure? They're saying demure now? I don't know, it's very confusing. I'm not down with the trends. The important thing is that I make them cringe every time I talk. That's the important thing. Now let's talk buns. Let's talk buns. Let's talk about our buns, guys. 8-minute buns. Remember those little workout tapes? If you're living the keto life, you might have to special order a roll like this that is keto. This one is not keto. I strictly got this so I could show you what it would look like if you did find rolls like this that were keto. But yeah, you take a roll like that, like a hoagie roll, or you can, anything like that, put it on there. And the reason I wanted this is because, it's gonna look perfect. It's gonna look perfect. Then you take some onions, okay? Check that out, a little onion action, a couple of pickles, and boom, there you have it. A DIY made at home McRib. How cool is that? We did it. It's back, folks. But I'm not gonna eat that one because I'm currently on keto. So we're gonna set that one aside. I'm not so much of a planner. So, sometimes I do things last minute, like get these buns, and all I could find was hamburger buns that were keto. And they also ended up getting squished. But still, keto hamburger bun. I'll put my keto, or my standard McRib on top of that. Get my hands all dirty. Throw some onions on it. Again, same idea, same idea. A couple of pickles, 2. And let's see if we have a McRib-like experience with this. Keto for me. Wow, that's dead accurate. It tastes exactly like a McRib from McDonald's. That's pretty impressive. There's what it looks like inside. I don't even notice it's keto. Maybe it's because I'm used to keto, but I don't even notice it. Someone also said that if I ever say keto again, they're gonna, I don't know, they threaten me in some way. Keto, keto, keto. That's it, really easy recipe today. If you're sick of just having burgers with no buns every day, make yourself a keto McRib. Or if you just miss the McRib, make this. Yeah, Tina? All right, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this, make sure you subscribe. Let me know if you want me to do more defunct recipes in the comments, and we'll see you next time.